Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to the BetterHalf Show. My name is Godman Akinlabi, or PG by my friends. It's good to have you on the show today. Today, we're going to be discussing on friendly exes. If you've been in a relationship before and it didn't quite work out, that means you have an ex. Some people have multiple exes, while some people have just a few. How should you deal with your ex after you have gotten engaged or when you have gotten married? Should you be friends with them or should you just keep them at arm's length? That's what we're going to be discussing on the show today, and it promises to be extremely interesting. Don't go away. Please stay with me. I'll be right back. Welcome back. On this episode of the BetterHalf Show, I have with me, Tayo Odunsi, a real estate professional. Tayo, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And I also have Lanre Yusuf. Lanre Yusuf is a fashion person. He works in the fashion industry. Lanre, you're also welcome to the show.
Thank you for having
me. We are discussing friendly exes. Should I be friends with my ex? Should I keep them at arm's length? Both of you have been in relationships. Now you're married. How are you handling your exes? Tayo.
Well, as for me, I believe that I should be friends with my exes. I believe that I might not exactly go out to, chat up my ex or enter long discussions with them, but I am cordial with my exes, and I think it's beneficial. My exes know me very well.
So you feel that we should be friends with our exes, still enjoy some level of relationship.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's quite important because your exes are very few set of people that know you quite well. I believe that the relationship can pan out to be beneficial in future if it is well managed. It must be arm's length because, yes, this is your ex. You have to be sensitive to your spouse, but at the same time, it's
Larry, do you share the same opinion with Tayo?
Fortunately, no. Tayo said know you quite well. Well, if they know me quite well, I'll still be with them today. It's because we don't know each other very well, and that's why we're exes. And it's a no-no for me.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Now, there's also a notion about the level of involvement. That if you're being sexually involved with your ex, it's good that you don't even get close to them again because of the emotional attachment. What do you think about that, Tayo?
Yes, I mean, if you've had sex with someone before, that throws a spanner, in the wheel, and it can absolutely be a clog. There can be attachments, there can be flashes of the past that can come to your mind and form some kind of temptation or thereabouts. So I would advise that, yes, if you've had sex and if it was a very passionate relationship, you might want to, cut down on your contact with such a person, but I still maintain in all that you can be friends, you can be cordial.
So you think some people can handle it even when it's been emotionally, intense and all that?
I think most people should be able to handle it.
Well, for me, the exes I don't even want to talk to. They're the ones I didn't sleep with. I'm sorry. They're the ones I don't. It's not the ones. I think.
So you feel the ones you slept with, you're done with them?
No. That's not what I mean. What I mean is
they speak about exes like they are an endangered species.
Well, for me, they are endangered species because the past relationships I had, we didn't close the door properly, so I don't know why I should keep them as friends. Now, it's for different strokes for different folks.
So, talking about closing the door properly,
yeah.
There's a way to jam the door, there's a way to just shut it as if, you're coming back. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to speak more, maybe in this direction and some other directions. Don't go away. Please stay with me, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still the BetterHalf Show, and on the show today we're discussing friendly exes. And we're talking about the issue of how you shut the door on a relationship. Larry here has said that most of his ex-relationships ended on a very messy note. That means you really slammed the door.
Well, it's not like I slammed the door. If you talk to 10 guys, 8 out of 10, the door is never, there's no way to, the door will be, in fact, some people break the door and take the door with them. So, you know, it's just, usually there's something that makes them ex. You know, if nothing, if everything was good, you guys would be married.
But it looks like Tayo's experience has been different in the sense that you weren't jamming the door, and you didn't carry away any door. So can you let us into that?
I mean, when I broke up with one of my exes, it might have felt like jamming the door because, you know, I was hurt, I was quite bitter, and even my ex too was also bitter. But after some time, you know, we grew out of that, we became friends. And we found that there were several benefits to our relationship. I find that she's a very good partner to me in terms of what I do, my career. She's a good sounding board. And interestingly, many years after, about 4 or 5 years after, we decided to come back together and we eventually got married.
So you're married to your ex, that's what you're saying?
I am married to my ex.
Wow.
I am married to my, and at that point, I would say we jammed the door.
Yeah.
But the thing is, perhaps we didn't take the door away. I think
this is really becoming very interesting because Tayo is bringing a different scenario to this. You can shut the door gently, and somebody can be your ex and end up becoming your bae or your boo. Yeah.
My advice to Tayo is that you should try hanging out with his ex now. Let's see what the ex that became wife feels about it. You know, not when he was not with his ex.
Yeah.
When he broke up with his ex, he was not in any relationship. Now I'm in a relationship. My example, my ex that I'm referring to called me after I got with my wife now and said, "Oh, God said I'm her husband." So how do I stay friends with that person? And how do I tell my wife that that babe that said, God said I'm her husband, we're best friends now?
Well, I guess my exes are not trying to tell me that they are my wife. They know that I have a wife now.
Tayo, it just looks like you have good exes. What's the secret?
Well,
good question.
I won't say it's just because I have good exes. I think it's just my outlook and how I see them. I chose them. I asked these girls out in the first place, so there must have been something that I really liked about them.
What you're saying is really looking like you're knocking Larry. That means Larry has just been choosing the wrong people.
Well, Larry is a very bad person.
Because it just looks like, it just works for you. You can hang out with your ex, and in fact, you ended up marrying your ex. But this is Larry here who says, all my exes are witches.
No, but Larry, really, is there absolutely no ex that you can hang out with? Absolutely none.
No, none. Absolutely none.
But in actual fact, are there times where you actually need to be brutal at ending a relationship? That there's no other way, it just has to be a total cutoff? Tayo, I mean, even in this thing about you being very fortunate and all that, have you seen it before? Has it happened to a friend? No, though I know it has not happened to you. You have been always closing the door gently. Nice guy.
Okay, so I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a time dimension to this. I believe there are some times that at a breakup, you will be brutal because you are hurt. The person has absolutely stepped on your toe, done things that, are, inconceivable. However, over time, what I'm advocating is that over time, you can become cordial. You can become friends over time.
So what you're trying to say is that time can heal. Time can make a difference. And you can see something good in the other person.
Even in the worst
Though
person.
they may not be taking a kind of position in your future, but there's always a position for them. That's what you're trying to say. Absolutely. It may not be the position of a spouse, but maybe another position. But another side to it is actually whether or not your spouse will be comfortable with it. because sometimes it's not your call.
Yeah.
Larry, and I think that's where you differ, really.
Apart from that, well, I don't think my wife would want me to be friends with my ex, because, you know, when you get together with someone new, you talk about what went wrong in the old relationship. She will tell you what went wrong in our relationship. For me, for example, I met my wife ex at a party, and the guy came up to me and said, "Oh, you married my wife. How will I want my wife to be friends with that kind of guy?" That still thinks I'm still married. I'm married to his own wife.
I'm wondering that kind of what kind of a guy is that?
So for me, you know, now I bring my wife into this. So maybe for us, we've been unfortunately dating we're not as nice as Tayo.
All right, don't go away. Please stay with me. We'll be right back, and this is becoming really very interesting. So hang in there and just stay with us. We'll be back.